When Michael Keelan talks about a picking garden, he's talking about flowers. When I talk about a picking garden, I mean all the wonderful things that we can eat. Now, in this trans-seasonal time, my garden's a little bit sad, but I've got the very last of the tomatoes, a little bit of basil, but some lovely fresh spinach. And I thought I'd do a little twist on a classic Italian dish, cannelloni. I've already got a few of the steps made. The recipe will give you all the instructions, but I've made a bechamel here and a tomato sauce over here. And because the tomatoes aren't sweet and ripe, I've had to add a tin of canned tomatoes. Over here, I've cooked up some spinach, and now I'm going to put this all into a big bowl like so, with 300 grams of low-fat ricotta. And it is important to have low fat. Crumble that up with a fork, and then we're going to add 75 grams of parmesan. We'll need the other half for the topping. Stir that around a little bit, and then some spices. I've got about a teaspoon each of clove and nutmeg. Give it another quick stir and set it aside. Now our next step is to get half of our bechamel, put that into another bowl, and then into that, we're going to put in half of the tomato. Make sure each layer is seasoned well. Stir that around to incorporate the two sauces. And by this time, the bechamel is cool enough to add to our spinach mixture. Put that all in and another good stir. To assemble our roulade, take a piece of boiled calico or muslin cloth, and then a sheet of pasta. This is a lasagna shape. I bought these from Foodland. You can make your own, but I was lucky enough to find them there. Next, spread a quarter of our ricotta and spinach mix all the way down and over to the sides of our pasta sheet. Be quite generous. You'll need to leave a margin of about 1.5 centimetres at the lower edge. Then we simply pick up that top end and roll them nice and loosely all the way down like so. Nice big rolls like that. Pick up the calico and roll them inside. Then tie the ends nice and securely like so. And just keep going. This recipe will make 4 big roulades. Next, we just pop them into boiling water for 20 minutes. When the roulades are cooked, let them cool, and then cut them into about 9 pieces, like so. Then we smear the bottom of a baking dish with our bechamel and tomato sauce. This will become a bed for our roulade slices. Now a row of sauce down the centre of each line, and then they go into the oven at 200 for about 15 minutes. Buonissimo! This is such a heavenly rustic dish. Serve it on a board straight to the table like that. The surplus sauce in a gravy boat. Buon appetito! Now you can only download this recipe from our website salife7.com.au, and don't forget, in this month's issue of SA Life magazine, lots of lovely recipes for all the girls. Happy Mother's Day, all you lovely mothers out there.